The past 12 months have been really testing for most people. One organisation, Rada, is encouraging people to continue practicing kindness during this difficult time. It's using the month of March to encourage empathy among road users, with a special focus on taxi drivers. To highlight daily challenges faced by the taxi industry, Rada challenged CEOs and celebrities to walk a day in the life of a taxi driver or a commuter. For more on this, Tracy Patu from Rada joins me now. Tracy, thanks very much for your time. So to start off with, what's the messaging behind this campaign?
So basically, it's about changing people's perspective. So what we wanted to do with the whole activation of getting these CEOs and entertainers and everybody dashing around the city in a taxi was just so that they could experience what it is to actually take a taxi and not get in your vehicle, which is just easy to do, and get from point A to point B, and actually just see the struggles that the commuters do have to go through every day.
And as we said in the intro, this year the struggles are completely different and are compounded by the COVID-19 pandemic. So how has this year's challenge been different from previous years?
So this year what we did is we just did a compilation of the past 3 years, because this year it was really difficult. With the restrictions, we couldn't actually do the dash. But, the past few years have been, it's been a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, a lot of walking, a lot of struggling. But at the end, the message that comes through is that, it's not just that you go and stand and wave down a taxi. You've got to wait a long time. There's a lot of queues. There's a lot of walking involved. And ours was just a basic route around the city. That's not even going from one city to another. So, we're trying to just highlight to people just that they need to be a little bit more considerate of those that rely on those services, and also the struggles of a taxi driver. It's not always just him in the traffic commuting people. It's his job to get them from point A to point B on time for their work, and then also he only starts earning money after a certain amount of trips. So, it was quite eye-opening for many people, I must say.
In addition to those pressures, we also know the taxis need to be very, very careful with those COVID-19 protocols to reduce the risks of taxis becoming super spreaders. So what additional pressures does that place on the sector, both for taxi drivers and for commuters? What have you seen?
Well, look, I can't say from this year. We weren't really able to do this taxi dash. So from that perspective, I can't really comment too much. But I know that obviously it was easy in the past. It was just easy to flag down a taxi and get in, I suppose. But now they've got all those protocols to follow. And that obviously slows everything down for them. And I think it's really difficult also getting people to work on time, because now, you can't run a full taxi. It's probably half capacity or whatever the capacity was at the time. It's a really big struggle. For us, we jump into a car and it's from point A to point B. You don't have to think about sanitizing or wearing your mask while you're driving in your car on your own. But it's not so for many South Africans, unfortunately.
Tracy, unfortunately, because of the pandemic, people really are functioning at the very limits of their patience, making this campaign even more necessary. But what are you asking people to do? And that's not just drivers of private vehicles, people in the sector, commuters using public transport, and taxi drivers themselves.
I think people just need to be a little bit more patient with those around them. Also think that it's not only about you. Everybody is struggling with something. So maybe exercise a little bit more empathy with people, and also remember the way that you react is your choice. So and that has a ripple effect on the people around you. So basically we're saying try and be calm, be kinder, and react in a more positive way. And hopefully that will change the way the world runs at the moment, because I think we're so focused on negative, and it's been a really, really difficult, challenging year. So yeah, I think it's important that we try and be more positive and be kinder to one another.
Tracy, Rada stands for rape, alcohol and drug abuse. So how does this campaign fit into the broader work that Rada does?
So Rada, on a monthly basis, we support many projects and organizations, old age homes, orphanages, homeless shelters, ECD centers, rural communities. So we support those projects on a monthly basis. We've also got a rehab that we've just built, which we're busy registering, which is quite exciting, and hopefully we can open that this year. And then we've also got the My Pad campaign, which is reusable sanitary pads, which we distribute to schoolgirls, hoping to keep them in school, empowering them. So we're very busy with all kinds of things. And then the Rada Inspire campaign is just something on the side, just where we create awareness around topics, that we face on a daily basis, struggles and big issues that I think people just need to slow down and think a little bit, and maybe think a little bit differently about how they react to certain things.
A little kindness definitely does go a long way. Thank you very much, Tracy Patu from Rada.